now.
Okay. Hi, Miss Fuji. This is my genogram. So I'm mainly gonna focus on my mom's side of the family because I don't really know my dad's except for like my two grandparents, and then he just has way too many brothers and sisters, so I'm not gonna really focus on my dad's. But so here's my grandparents from my mom's side, and this is my grandma. She's still alive. She lives in Mexico. And then here's my grandfather. He died a few years back, so I would put an X for him because he's deceased. And then here's all my my one uncle, and then the rest of my aunts on my mom's side. So most of my family, they almost all of them live in Mexico, except for me and my brothers. So for me and my brothers, we were born here in Virginia, if not in California. And then, like I said, everybody else was born in Mexico. So for my aunts and uncles, all of them are married. So I just put a little slash mark by them, by their names. Okay. And then for my grandmother, I would put a little asterisk because now she's a widow since my grandfather passed away. And then for my dad's side, both of them have passed away already. My grandfather I never met because he passed away before I was born. And my grandmother, I only met her like a few times whenever I went to her town. So both of them I would put an X by because they're deceased. And then I believe a few of my aunts or uncles have been deceased, but not all of them. I know a few of my aunts have died from like different types of breast cancer. Well, breast cancer and other types of cancer. And then some other things I wanted to include, like my relatives that have children. So of course the children one would be a little triangle. And then most of my aunts and uncles, they all have kids. Let's see, all of these on this side have kids. And then just put a triangle around everybody. And then two of my brothers have kids. I'm not really getting into the whole cousins thing because I just have way too many, and I don't feel like really describing all of that. And then, so a few other things that's wrong with my family. So a bunch of them have hypertension, so high blood pressure, and then another ones have just like other things that might be wrong with them. And then a few have the high cholesterol. So let's see. The ones who have the high blood pressure are my grandma, my grandfather, and I don't really know for this side of the family, but I know my my dad has high blood pressure, so a little Starburst, and then my mom, she has low blood pressure, so a little arrow down, and then I think that's it for the blood pressures. And then for the allergies, so my two of my brothers, I know this one has seasonal allergies and this one is allergic to seafood, but lately he's been like more allergic to other types of food too, because he's been getting like different types of reactions from them, but we're trying to figure out what he has exactly. So this one gets a little skull. Not very good little skull, but oh well. Most of my aunts, or all of them, have been through menopause, so they're gonna get the little drop. And then my mom, she's going through menopause right now, so. And then of course my grandmothers, they went through that. And then, let's see. For the other conditions, I would include my dad had 2 heart attacks, and this was when I was younger. So, and all I know is that they were 2 weeks apart. They don't really talk about it, so I would put other and then heart attack. So my brother Simone a while back, we got into an accident. So now he has like a messed up back. He had a pinched nerve. So that causes him a lot of pain. He doesn't really get much sleep. So, and he doesn't really take medication for it because he doesn't want to be like addicted to like pain cones or anything. So I put a little plus sign around him. And then my brother Danny, he has arthritis in his back, and then he also has tendonitis. So he gets a little plus sign too. My brother Cash, he was in the military, so now he was in Iraq, so now he has like some weird skin condition. It's like on his head, and like it creates these like little, it's like little bubbles, I guess you would consider, like they go in his head. I don't know, it's weird. So he has that. And then for my brother Chris, he has enlarged tubernates. It's like these little, like swollen parts of your nose that like block it. So it makes you sound like you're always congested, I would say. And then I also have relatives that have high cholesterol. So that would be my dad, my brother Danny, and I think that's it for the high blood pressure. And then both of my brothers were in the military, so they got a little bonus to them. So I mean that shaped my life a lot because they weren't around when I was little. So they get that, and this one gets it. And so the way I was raised was mainly like my parents are very protective of me since I'm the youngest girl and of course the only girl. So my brothers are protective of me and everything. And then once a year we would go to Mexico, and this is how I met my mom's family. I go there during the summer, and then I come back for school. Like I said, I only met a few of my dad's relatives, how I met everybody. So I can't really say much about them or any of their anything that might be wrong with them, because I don't really know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is how I was shaped, and the way I was born and raised is more of a how do I say it? More of a conservative way compared to other ways. And then have a very loving family. We always get together. We have we go out to dinner a lot, or we have like family over. In Mexico, when we all go, we usually have like a huge family reunion. That way we can all get together, spend time. And then, let's see. I think that's pretty much it for my junior gram. And that's it.